All right.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 2 a.m. initial appearance calendar on August 21st, 2025. Court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium. I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I will let you know what you were here for, if I've appointed an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. If I could have Mr. Mitchell to the podium and Mr. Medina to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Angela Mitchell, March 19, 1982.
Can you repeat your date of birth?
March 19, 1982.
Thank you, sir. All right, it does look like you are here on 4 cases. Just take a look to see what we have here. So we have 2 failure to appear warrants that were issued for you. We have new charges as well as a direct complaint that was filed. So I'll start with your new charges. You're here on 1 count of narcotic drug possession, 1 count of dangerous drug possession, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, and 1 count of possession of or use of a weapon in a drug offense. Those are all Class 4 felonies. The direct complaint you're here for, that has an offense date of November 22nd, 2024, and that's for 2 counts of aggravated DUI, Class 4 felony, 2 counts of aggravated DUI, and it was your 3rd DUI, also a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony. And then the failure to appear bench warrants were, the first one's related to pending drug charges, and the second one looks like it was a probation revocation hearing that you missed. So I am finding probable cause on your new charges. I'm appointing an attorney in the new case, the direct complaint, and then I'm affirming the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you on both failure to appear cases. You're going to have multiple hearings coming up. You're going to have a status conference August 26th. No, excuse me. It's August 27th at 8:30 and a probation revocation hearing, same date and time. You have an evidentiary hearing August 28th at 1:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30. So that's 3 hearings coming up between your 4 cases. In your 2 failure to appear cases, you have a cash bond of $250 in one case, a secured appearance bond of $500 in the second, In your direct complaint that was filed, you have a cash bond of $50,000. However, in your new charges, because you were out on felony release at the time of your offense, you're not eligible for bond on your new case.
Okay, what's the current complaint? What is that?
The direct complaint that was
Yeah, what is
filed? So a complaint was filed alleging that you committed the offenses of those aggravated DUIs on November 22nd, 2024, and as a result of that, a warrant issued for your arrest, and they placed a cash bond of $50,000. So they're alleging you committed the act of a DUI in November of 2024. But again, because you were out on felony release on those other two cases, you're not eligible for bond tonight on the fourth case. So even though you have bond on some of your cases, even if you post those, you won't be released until at least August 28th at 1:30. The evidentiary hearing, that's the time set to determine if bond will be set on your new charges. So again, if you post bond on the other cases, you'll still remain in custody until at least that hearing date, okay? Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir. Mr. Medina to the podium, Mr. Nielsen to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Andres Medina, 10-10-92.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, one count of criminal damage, a Class 5 felony, another count of criminal damage, a Class 1 misdemeanor, 5 counts of disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference August 27th at 8:30, an evidentiary hearing August 28th at 1:30, and a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. So 3 hearings coming up 3 days in a row. In this case, you were out on felony release on a separate case at the time of this offense. You are not eligible for bond today. The hearing set on August 28th at 1:30 is the time set to determine if bond will be set on these charges. So you'll remain in custody until that time. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I thought I was only getting charged for prohibited possessor and 1 count of criminal damage. That's what the U.S. Marshals arrested me for. They didn't mention nothing about all those other ones.
So that's what they've submitted. It is for multiple offense dates. They range from July 13th, 2025. That's 1 count of criminal damage and 1 count of disorderly conduct. And then you have August 9th, 2025 is the majority of the other ones. And then your possession of a prohibited person is for August 20th, so yesterday when you were picked up. So it looks like it's over multiple situations that took place that they've sent these charges in. Anything further, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Nielsen to the podium, Mr. Parnell to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
It's Jeffrey Benjamin Nielsen, December 7, 1979.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It's for an offense date of August 17th, 2025. It is for 1 count of threat, a Class 3 felony, and 1 count of assisting a street gang, a Class 3 felony. A direct complaint was filed for these charges. It was filed yesterday, August 20th, 2025. I am going to appoint an attorney and give you some hearing dates. You have a status conference August 27th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30, and you have a cash bond of $50,000.
No.
In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess weapons. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I tried to get to speak with the pretrial release people earlier today because I feel like that information in there didn't really accurately represent my position as far as like being bondable or my release conditions go. So if I may, kind of elaborate a little bit better than what it says in there.
So let me just give you my warning. You are here on a criminal case. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say is being recorded.
Yes, ma'am.
I have appointed an attorney to represent you. They are not here today. The county attorney has filed this direct complaint with the court, and a judge has already issued this warrant as well as this bond. And so I'm just here to let you know that this is the bond that has been set for you. I will give you the opportunity to speak, but if you're here to discuss the facts of your case, I don't recommend that
No,
because
ma'am,
you
I'm
are
not.
going to have an attorney and that you're going to meet with that attorney on August 27th,
I
okay?
understand that. I'm just looking maybe for a little bit of easement on that bond, if that's possible.
So the bond won't change today. As I said, the warrant already issued with this bond. Once you meet with your attorney, if they feel like it's appropriate to make a motion to modify it with the court when you see the assigned judge, they can do that. But as of today, the bond will remain at the cash bond of $50,000.
Okay.
All right? If you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork, sir.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Parnell to the podium, Mr. Romero to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
6/24/68.
And your name.
Glenn Purnell.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It does have an offense date of August 14th, 2025, so it does look like you were previously seen related to the facts of this case, the same set of facts that happened. However, they're adding an additional charge, and that's for one count of aggravated assault while violating an order of protection, a Class 6 felony. I am finding probable cause and appointing an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference August 27th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. In the event you post that bond, you'll be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. And then you'll have written conditions of release, which do include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess any weapons, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection that has been issued. All of this information will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I went to court that day, and the judge dismissed everything. Even if I had contact with her, she dismissed it.
Can you explain to me what you mean when you say you went to court that day and something was dismissed?
Well, the judge in Phoenix said I can go back home, and he dismissed any contact with her, and they said I can go home, and he dismissed everything.
Okay, so the information that has been alleged in this new report indicates that there was an order of protection. As a matter of fact, they indicate there was an order of protection that you were not to be around her, and you as the defendant, as well as you also had an order of protection against her. It sounds like you guys each had an order of protection against each other. According to the information that has been alleged, that those orders of protections were valid and are valid and were valid at the time of the offense that took place on August 14th.
Right, but he said it was all dismissed. Any contact I had before that with her, was all dismissed.
And what I'm saying is the police are alleging that the allegations and that the order of protection is still valid, and that at the time of this offense on August 14th that you did have a valid order of protection.
Yeah, but it was all dismissed from the judge. He dismissed everything. Even if he's like, because I even wrote my report that I went in the house. In my statement, did he know about it? He goes, any contact he came with her within these days, everything is dismissed, he said.
And when did you see this judge?
That day.
What day?
The day I got arrested.
What day were you arrested?
On 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I came back from court, and the cops came to the house the same day and arrested me. But the judge said any contact you had before that with her was all dismissed.
Where did you see this judge at?
Here. This is Superior Court.
Like in this room?
In this room?
That's what I'm asking him.
No, in the courtroom. In Phoenix, on Madison.
Because it looks like you were seen by a judge in this courtroom yesterday morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And you were given a bond as well as some hearing dates that you needed to
Right,
attend.
I see the judge yesterday here, but when I was on the streets, I went to the courthouse, to the judge, over on Jackson or Madison Street, downtown. And I had a hearing with the judge. I told him everything in my report before my court date, my hearing date, and he says, yeah, anytime, if he had any contact with the victim, now, everything is dismissed. He dismissed everything.
So what I feel like I'm hearing you say is that you saw a judge 2 to 3 days ago, And at that time,
The
you
hearing,
said that the order of protection is now dismissed.
Right.
Okay, so what I'm saying is there was an order of protection that was valid at the date of August 14th of 2025, and you violated that order of protection when you went to the protected address on August 14th.
Yeah, but he
If that got
dismissed it.
dismissed in the future, and it dismissed it going forward, it doesn't change that there was one valid on August 14th, 2025, and
But
that's
he said any contact he had with her before, it's all dismissed.
So I understand that's what you're saying today, but the police are alleging that you violated it because there was a valid one that day.
Right, there was, but I won my case. I beat the case. So.
Meaning you're saying she filed an order of protection against you, and then you requested a hearing, and the court did not grant it.
They did.
They did not grant the order of protection.
What do you mean they didn't order it? Against her?
Against you, for her. Is that what you're saying?
Well, she got one against me. I had one against her. Then I went to a hearing. I had to go do the paperwork at the courthouse, file it, and have a hearing date. So they did. She didn't show up to court.
And so it was dismissed.
It was dismissed.
Right. And so what I'm saying is that doesn't retroactively make the order of protection that was in place on August 14th invalid. You may have gone to a hearing and got it dismissed, but it doesn't make it invalid on the day of August 14th. And because of that, the police are filing allegations against you.
Well, the judge said anything before that, he had contact with her. If he had contact with her before, everything's just dismissed. That's what he told me.
Okay, then talk to your attorney about that, because right now the police are alleging that it is still, it was valid at the time of the date, August 14th, when the situation took place, and they are charging you with violation of that court order.
Okay.
All right, just up to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Romero to the podium. Ms. Joe to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Joaquin Gabriel Romero, 12678.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a new case. It is for one count of theft means of transportation, a Class 5 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference August 27th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, and no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, they were saying that it was a theft of means, but my mother-in-law would let us use the car to go get groceries for her. That's why we didn't understand, like, why they called the cops or whatever, saying that it was stolen. If I had the keys, you know what I'm saying, and I was given permission to use the car.
So I did read that in the report that you indicated that. However, this, the vehicle you were driving had been reported as a stolen vehicle and was an outstanding stolen vehicle. So as it relates to your mother-in-law, I don't know if she wasn't the owner of the vehicle and that's why it was reported, or if she reported it. You'll have to sort that out, but this was a vehicle that had been reported as an outstanding stolen vehicle in the city of Phoenix.
Yeah, she's an older lady. She don't really, she don't know what she does sometimes, you know what I'm saying? She's hard of hearing and I don't know, sometimes she's like, I would say like absent-minded or whatever, because she does stuff like that's really like, like, I don't know, like she puts stuff in the refrigerator and that's really not supposed to be there, and she just forgets things, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why she would call the cops saying it was stolen or whatever.
Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that either. I have appointed an attorney to represent you, though, so they could investigate any of that information that you may have, okay? All right, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
All right.
Ms. Joe to the podium. Mr. Hardwick to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Sheila Joe, 32885.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 3 cases, and they are warrants that have been issued. The first one looks like they're actually all failure to appear warrants, and they are related to pending drug charges that you have. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you in these cases. You're going to have a disposition hearing August 27th at 8:30. That's for all 3 cases. And you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500 on each case for a total bond of $7,500. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. Did you have any questions?
So I'm going to jail then? Or?
You'll remain in custody if you don't post bond. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just stay in jail then.
Okay, and your next hearing's on August 27th.
Yeah.
Okay, if you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Hardwick to the podium. Ms. Clarity to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
And I was 3/15/68.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 3 cases. You've got new charges and 2 probation violation warrants that were issued. The new charges are for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. You're also here on 2 probation violation warrants with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing counsel and setting a probation revocation hearing August 27th at 8:30. And you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 in each probation case. That's a total bond of $5,500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Ms. Clarity to the podium. Ms. McInnes to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Kaylin Clardy, 4/23/90.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on 2 probation violation warrants with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing August 27th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 in each case for a total of $1,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork. Ms. McInnes to the podium. Ms. Begay to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Coberlina McInnes, 8/17/74.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It has an offense date of August 16th, 2023 for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I am appointing an attorney and setting a status conference August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I was never informed of having a subpoena or anything on this. Like, I didn't even know, and then I got picked up in Sierra Vista on the car that I was driving. The rental car had a light out, and the insurance was not, like, and that's when I went to jail, and that's when I found out about the warrant.
So it looks like the direct complaint was filed in October of 2023. They mailed a summons to your address, and it was signed by somebody living at your address. They believe
What address?
Let's take a look.
Because I never received anything.
It was an address on Mitchell Drive.
Yeah, that's where I get all my mail.
And a signature that appears to be your signature signed the green card accepting it, and then you failed to appear at the hearing they set, and as a result of that...
somebody forged my name because I wasn't even aware of that.
And that was... The card came back from the post office, it looks like in October of 18th of 2023. Your hearing date was set for November 1st, 2023. And when you failed to appear at that hearing, that's as a result of that, that's why this warrant issued.
Does my handwriting match my handwriting on my ID that it was signed for in the mail?
I don't have a copy of your ID, ma'am.
That's great. All right.
Okay, just go to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork, ma'am. Ms. Begay to the podium. Mr. Hartz to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Coral Begay, 7281.
Thank you. You are here on a probation violation. It is a warrantless probation violation with allegations you violated terms 1, 3, and 5. I am appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing August 27th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions? All right, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Mr. Hartz to the podium. Mr. Pula to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Chad Hartz, 103186.
Thank you. You are here on 2 cases. It does look like they're both probation violation warrants with allegations you violated terms 1, 6, 7, and 12. I am appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing August 27th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 in one case, $100 in the other, for a total of $350. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I was up in Tucson on probation, and then I'm down here now in jail. So if I get out, do I stay here or do I go to Tucson? Like, how does that work?
Where do you currently live?
Well, I was trying
What
to move
county?
to back to here, to Maricopa.
Because it looks like your probation is in Maricopa. Were they
Yeah.
doing a courtesy supervision in
Yeah.
Pima County?
Yeah. I don't know who my probation officer is here to contact is the problem, I think. You know,
In my paperwork, it's going to have the main phone number for the Maricopa County Probation Department. Contact them, and they'll have more information. I do see in the notes that you were being supervised by Pima County. They indicated you failed to report to Pima County probation in June or July. And that was part of the reason this petition to revoke probation was filed. But contact the main phone number and see if they can direct you to the correct location, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Pula to the podium and Mr. Martinez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Joaquin Pula, 2272.
Thank you. You are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5. I am appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing August 27th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay, just step to your left. The officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Jacob Martinez to the podium. Mr. Malik Callahan to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Jacob Martinez, 71097.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 cases. The first one is a direct complaint that was filed. It has an offense date of January 15th, 2025. Your other case is a probation case. When you have a new offense, it is a term 1 violation. Your counts are 2 counts of aggravated DUI with a license that was previously suspended for a DUI, a class 4 felony, and 2 counts of aggravated DUI with a passenger under the age of 15, a class 6 felony. And then again, a term 1 violation of your probation. I'm appointing counsel. You will have a probation revocation hearing on August 27th at 8:30, a status conference September 4th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing September 8th at 8:30. So 3 hearings coming up in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I am going to release you on your own recognizance, but subject to the supervision of the Maricopa Adult Probation Department. You do have written conditions of release, no weapons or alcohol, and contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Did you have any questions?
You're releasing me?
Yes, I'm releasing you.
All right, thank you.
If you step to your left, they'll give you your paperwork, sir. Thank you. Mr. Callahan to the podium. Mr. Jose Gonzalez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Malik Callahan, May 14th, 1995.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 warrants. The first one is from the White Tank Justice Court. It does look like it relates to a offense of driving with a license that was suspended or revoked in 2019 and failing to complete some classes or pay some fines. The other warrant is from the Goodyear Municipal Court, and it is also a failure to pay some fines on a previous offense out of Goodyear. In both of these cases, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of the charges. You will have an arraignment hearing September 10th at 1 p.m. in Goodyear and September 9th, 9:30 in the White Tank Justice Court. So it is 2 days in a row. I am going to release you on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. I have included the phone numbers for these courts. You may be able to contact them and resolve the issues if it is a lack of payment. But if they don't vacate those hearings, you'll still need to attend those, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Yes, good morning. My name is Claudia, and my ID is 2124, and I'm ready for your instructions.
Thank you, Claudia. I do have one matter on the calendar, and I'm going to ask him to come into the courtroom. If I could have Jose Gonzalez to the podium, please. Good morning, Mr. Gonzalez. I do have a Spanish interpreter on the line. I ask that you wait until she translates before responding.
Bueno, buenos días. Yo seré su intérprete de inglés. Interpretaré todo lo que se diga y lo mantendré confidencial. Lo que le pido, señor González, es que permita a usted que termine de traducir el intérprete antes de que usted vaya a contestar.
May I get your name and date of birth?
¿Me permite, por favor, su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
José González Nieves, el 11 de marzo de 1980.
Gracias. It's Jose Gonzalez Nieves with date of birth 3/11/1980.
Thank you, sir. You are here on 2 cases.
Muchas gracias, señor. Usted se encuentra aquí debido a 2 casos.
Your first case is a grand jury warrant.
Bueno, entonces el primer caso, señor, es lo que es una orden de detención por parte del gran jurado.
It has an offense date of October 17, 2022 for 2 counts of aggravated DUI, a Class 4 felony.
Bueno, entonces estos son las razones. Ocurrió el día 17 de octubre del 2022, ¿verdad? Por lo que es manejando bajo la influencia del alcohol. Es lo que es un delito grave, clase 4.
I am appointing an attorney and setting a hearing August 28th at 8:30.
Entonces yo le voy a asignar, señor, lo que es un abogado. Tiene usted una audiencia para el día 28 de agosto a las 8:30 de la mañana.
In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000.
Entonces, en este caso, señor, tiene usted lo que es una fianza para presentarse asegurada de $2,000.
The second case is for a failure to appear warrant.
Entonces, el segundo caso, señor, es para lo que es una orden por incumplimiento de presentarse.
And that is related to an aggravated DUI and narcotic drug possession.
Entonces, esto es relacionado, señor, igual, manejando bajo la influencia con agravantes y también tener en su posesión lo que son drogas narcóticos.
I will affirm the attorney previously appointed and set a hearing on September 2nd at 8:30.
Entonces, igual, ¿verdad? Voy a asignar aquí el mismo abogado del primer caso. La fecha de la audiencia será el día 2 de septiembre a las 8:30.
In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000, so a total of $3,000 between the 2 cases.
Entonces, en este caso, tiene usted una fianza, ¿verdad? Asegurada para presentarse de $1,000, así que en total de los dos casos, la cantidad de la fianza es de $3,000.
In the event you post a bond, you may not possess weapons or alcohol.
Entonces, en el caso, señor, de que usted pueda pagar esta fianza, usted no debe tener en su posesión lo que son armas o alcohol.
All of this information will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Toda esta información, señor, se va a encontrar en sus documentos. ¿Alguna pregunta que tenga usted?
Sí, yo no me presenté a la, ¿cómo se dice? A la cita porque cuando a mí me dieron los papeles decían que los casos estaban dismissed. Esa fue la razón de la que yo no.
Entiendo. So yes, I do have a question. So I did not appear at the appointment because when I received my paperwork, it said that both cases were dismissed. And that's the reason why I did not show up.
Okay, let me take a look.
Bueno, permítame, voy a revisar aquí.
And Madam Interpreter, just so you know, I'm just reviewing the docket.
Yes, of course. Yes, ma'am.
So I'm reviewing the file, and it appears you attended a hearing December 21st, 2022.
Bueno, señora, aquí revisando el expediente, veo que usted se presentó en una audiencia el día 21 de diciembre del 2022.
At that hearing, they affirmed the trial in February of 2023.
Entonces, en esa audiencia, ¿verdad?, afirmaron lo que fue la corte en febrero del 2023.
And there was also a hearing set in January of 2023.
También se asignó lo que es una audiencia en enero del 2023.
That hearing on January 18th, 2023, you failed to appear, and as a result, this warrant issued.
Entonces, en esa fecha del tribunal que estaba para el día 18 de enero del 2023, es donde usted no se presentó, ¿verdad? Entonces ya resultó esto.
On your second case, it's a grand jury warrant, so you didn't fail to appear at a hearing.
Entonces, en el segundo caso, ¿verdad?, es lo que es una orden de detención del gran jurado. Así que en esta no es, ¿verdad?, usted no hizo ningún tipo de incumplimiento de audiencia.
Any further questions, sir?
¿Alguna otra pregunta que tenga usted, señor?
No, está bien.
No, that's fine.
All right, thank you, sir. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Bueno, muchas gracias, señor. Pase usted aquí a su mano izquierda y el oficial le va a entregar sus documentos.
And that does conclude our Spanish matters this morning. I do appreciate your assistance. Feel free to disconnect at your convenience.
Yes, of course. Well, thank you for calling Lion Bridge for your language needs, and you have a nice morning. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm going to do a quick warrant. Am I muting my microphone while they talk to him? It's just going to be one moment before I call the next party in, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. It's clear, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can I have Ben to the podium? Good morning. May I get your name and date of birth?
Ben Heights, 09/25/2002.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here at for a warrant out of Alaska, and they have indicated that they do want to extradite you back to Alaska for some pending charges for an offense against a child. In this case, did you get an opportunity to review the laminated card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have an option today, and you have a choice to make. Your first option is you can say, yes, Alaska, I'm ready for you to pick me up. If you were to choose to do that, you would be held here in the Maricopa County jails for up to 30 days, and that 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you do not have any other pending charges in the state of Arizona. And you would be giving Alaska an opportunity to come pick you up. You'd be giving them 30 days, but you would be held here non-bondable. So you would stay in custody during that time. Or in the alternative, you have the right to demand that both the governor of Alaska and the governor of Arizona sign a warrant ordering you to be extradited before you are extradited back to Alaska. So if you don't believe you should be extradited, I would set a hearing here in Maricopa County. That hearing would be September 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon. It is civil in nature, meaning I cannot appoint an attorney to represent you, but you can hire an attorney at your own expense. In that case, it takes about 60 to 90 days, and you would have a cash bond in the amount of $10,000. If you posted that bond, you would be released from custody. You would be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. And then you would need to ensure you went to that hearing on September 8th here in Maricopa County. If you failed to appear at that hearing, a warrant would issue. You'd now have a warrant here in Maricopa County. You'd still have a valid warrant in Alaska, and you'd forfeit any bond you've posted here in Maricopa County. Do you know what option you would like to do here today?
Can I think about it for a second?
Sure, you can have a few seconds to think about it. And just so you know, if you are not prepared to make that decision today, I can set the hearing on September 8th, and you'll be given this opportunity again that day.
So if I want to get it over as quick as possible, I should just accept the extradition and
I can't tell you what you should do. It would be 30 days from tomorrow if you don't have any other pending charges in Arizona.
Can you check for me if I have any?
I don't have a way to check. I don't have access to those systems. I show a note in here. You have an open case in North Mesa. It's a misdemeanor charge for assault, and you have a secured appearance bond of $500. If that is accurate, then you would have to resolve that case first before you were extradited to Alaska. So you may have an officer. Can you tell, is there a hold at a North Mesa? He might be able to look and see if you have. I just see a note that you might have a case in North Mesa.
I did just go to a court date for that.
In Mesa?
Mm-hmm.
For an assault charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like your initial appearance was July 7th, and then, I don't know, your next hearing, September 17th? Does that sound accurate?
Yeah.
Day of a hearing? So you may have to resolve that case before you go, because it does look like you have a pending assault charge in North Mesa.
Regardless whether I decide to get extradited or not, they would have to resolve that before I leave.
Right.
How long do you think that would take?
Well, it sounds like you have a change of plea hearing on September 17th, so it just depends on if you take a plea or not on September 17th to resolve that case.
I was going to take that plea.
So there's potential that you would resolve it on September 17th, and then at that time.
I just want to know the route I should go to get this all put behind me as quick as possible, because I'm not going to talk about my case, but that's not me. Like that, I'm not a predator. I'm not like that. I'm really not.
So I can't tell you what to do, but it sounds like you're not ready to make the decision, and you have another hearing in Mesa on September 17th. I think what we'll do is we'll set this hearing on September 8th here in Maricopa County. You're going to be waiting for your hearing on September 17th in North Mesa. You'll have a bond, which means you can post bond, and on September 8th, you've had more time to think about it. You can talk to an attorney.
When am I able to post bond?
If I set the hearing on September 8th, I'll give you a bond right now, and then they'll take you to processing and give you an opportunity to post bond.
And how much would my
You
bond?
have a cash bond of $10,000.
So I would have to pay $10,000 cash to be released?
Correct.
It's not even like 10% of that?
You have a cash bond, not a secured appearance bond, so correct, it is. This is set by Alaska, and they've set a $10,000 cash bond.
I don't have that kind of money, so that's kind of useless. Like, I'm not able to get out.
Okay. So again, I mean, I'll give you the choice if you want to waive your rights and say you're ready to be extradited, but knowing you have that hearing in Mesa, you likely would not be extradited until you resolve that case. And the alternative, I'd set a hearing here on September 8th. You'll be given this opportunity again, and it will give you time to think about it and or talk to counsel. If you choose to waive your rights, you will not have any future hearings here in Maricopa County as it relates to this, and you'll be held non-bondable until that 30 days starts, to the end of that 30 days.
And they'll come from Alaska and get me?
That is what they have indicated. So once we get a warrant like this, we confirm with them, and they have confirmed that it is extraditable, and they will pick you up. Now, if they, for whatever reason, don't pick you up, at the end of the 30 days, you'd be released from custody, but it wouldn't make this case go away. You'd still need to go take care of it, but they have indicated they would pick you up based on the pending charges.
Yeah, I really don't know what to do.
Okay. What I'm going to do then is we're going to set that hearing September 8th at 1:30 in the afternoon. It's in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I'm going to set that cash bond in the amount of $10,000. In the event you do post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim. And again, just make sure if you bond out, you go to that hearing on September 8th. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue. You'll now have 2 warrants, one here, one in Alaska, and you'll forfeit that bond, okay, sir? And then on September 8th, you'll be given an opportunity, the same option I gave you today, they'll give you that option again on September 8th, okay?
Okay.
All right, if you'll take a seat in the gallery, they'll bring you that paperwork here in just a moment.
Okay, I have one more question.
Sure.
Do you know how much, like, jail time I'm facing? Like,
I don't know anything about Alaska law or what the specific charge is, so unfortunately, I don't have that information for you. Sorry, sir. Thank you. Case number 34, this one proceeded as a house call prior to the 2 a.m. docket. She is currently receiving medical care at a medical facility. This is a new case. She is here on 1 count of trafficking stolen property. Oh, excuse me. Her name is Aisha Robinson. Date of birth, August 2nd, 1991. It is for a new case, 1 count of trafficking stolen property, a Class 2 felony, 2 counts of organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony, and 16 counts of shoplifting, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause was found, and I did appoint her an attorney. She has a status conference August 26th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 28th at 8:30. She has a cash bond in the amount of $25,000. In the event bond is posted, she has written conditions of release to include not returning to the scene of any crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. Case number 30 will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to others or herself. Kendall Manley, date of birth September 23rd, 1997. This will proceed at the house call directly after this recording. She is here on a probation violation. It is a warrantless arrest with allegations she violated terms 1, 7, 11, and 22. Oh, excuse me, it's Mr. Manley. I am appointing counsel and setting a probation revocation August 27th at 8:30 and a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,500. In the event bond is posted, he will have written conditions of release to include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting his probation officer within 72 hours of release. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. This does conclude our 2 a.m. calendar, and we will stand in recess until 5 a.m. Dave Ferreira to the podium, Otis Noble to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth, sir?
Dave for,
And your date of birth.
4/11/75.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of dangerous drug possession for sale, a class 2 felony, 2 counts of prohibited weapons or manufacturing, a class 4 felony, and 1 count of narcotic drug possession for use, a class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. In this case, you do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $150,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You're not to initiate any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of this information will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Mr. Noble to the podium and Mr. Enrique Garcia to the chair. So when wasn't it on, do we know? Do we need to recall those cases?
They said that it. But I don't know why he's not, I'm emailing him. He's not responding to my email.
May I get your name and date of birth, sir?
Otis Noble, 11/27/47.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a grand jury warrant that was issued. It has 4 counts of narcotic drugs for transportation and or sale, a class 2 felony, 4 counts of money laundering, a class 3 felony, 1 count of illegally conducting an enterprise, a class 3 felony, and 1 count of assisting a criminal syndicate, a class 4 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing August 28th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I am affirming the secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not initiate contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork.
I don't know why he's not, I'm emailing him, responding me. So I'm gonna go see if there's a phone number for him or something, maybe. I mean, if I need to know. I'm usually work with him.
Can I have Enrique Garcia to the podium and Darnell Baker to the chair? May I get your name and date of birth? Thank you, sir. You are here on a new case. It is for 2 counts of burglary in the 2nd degree, a class 3 felony, 2 counts of robbery, a class 4 felony, 1 count of aggravated assault, class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage, a class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50,000. In the event you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services and equipped with electronic monitoring. You will also have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Darnell Baker to the podium and Manuel Venegas to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Darnell Baker, 2874.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a grand jury warrant. It has an offense date of August 17th, 2024, and it is for 3 counts of aggravated DUI, a class 4 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have an arraignment hearing August 28th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a cash bond in the amount of $15,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be included in your paperwork. Sir, did you have any questions?
Yes, you said this warrant was for last year?
Yes, the offense date is August 17th of 2024, and the warrant issued November 14th, 2024.
Never was issued no warrant, no court date or nothing to appear in court, because I had an attorney.
This is a grand jury warrant, so typically when it's a grand jury warrant, they don't issue a summons. Once you're indicted by the grand jury, they issue the warrant. You don't get a hearing prior to that. Anything further, sir? Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Manuel Venegas to the podium and Kimberly Largo to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Manuel Joel, 36, 1986.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of criminal trespass in the first degree of a residential structure, a class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in the first degree of residential yard, a class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference August 27th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime and no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Kimberly Largo to the podium and Stephanie Verdugo to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, name is Kimberly Largo, 10/28/82.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you for suspending drug charges. I'll affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a status conference August 27th at 8:30. In this case, you have a cash bond in the amount of $500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And then you'll need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear again, another warrant will issue and you'll forfeit any bond you may have posted. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Stephanie Verdugo to the podium. One moment. He goes, no, I just send me the release orders. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. And Aaron Sheldon to the podium, please. May I get your name and date of birth? Thank you. You are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing August 27th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $150. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, I'll give you that paperwork. Aaron Sheldon to the podium. Leilani Rodriguez Gallardo to the chair, please. May I get your name and date of birth?
Aaron Sheldon, 4/10/1983.
Thank you, sir. You are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of facilitating shoplifting, removal of goods, a class 5 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference September 4th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing September 8th at 8:30. I am releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. You will have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. No contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. In addition to this paperwork, you're going to get an envelope. You need to read those instructions and contact pretrial services. You'll need to ensure you attend these hearings. If you fail to appear at any of them, a warrant will issue and you'll be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions?
My one question was, when I talked to the guy out there, he was telling me about, possibly having the court hearings closer to, Santan Valley.
So all of the criminal hearings will be held in Because it is a felony, you're being charged at Maricopa County Superior Court. The hearings will be held in downtown Phoenix. And I don't have an opportunity to move those for you.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right, but take a step to your left, officer. We'll give you that paperwork. Ms. Rodriguez Gallardo to the podium. Ms. Ware to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth? Thank you. You are here on a new case. It is for one count of theft, a class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference September 4th at 8:30, a preliminary hearing September 8th at 8:30. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at those hearings. You do have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. And then you need to ensure you attend these hearings. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue and you'll be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Ms. Ware to the podium. Marissa Ubald to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth? Thank you, ma'am. You are here on two cases. The first one is a new case. The second one is your probation case. Anytime you're picked up for a new offense, it is a term 1 violation of your probation. Your new case is for one count of narcotic drug possession, a class 4 felony, one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony, and one count of criminal trespass, a class 3 misdemeanor. For purposes of today's hearing only, I am not finding probable cause for the narcotic drugs. They may test that substance and move forward with the charge, so it does not mean it's dismissed. I am going to find probable cause for the other charges and appoint an attorney. You will also have an attorney in your probation case. You have a probation revocation hearing on August 27th at 8:30, a status conference on September 4th at 8:30, and a preliminary hearing September 8th at 8:30. Dates, times, and location will be in your paperwork, but you do have 3 hearings. I am going to release you on your own recognizance, subject to the supervision of the Maricopa County Adult Probation Department. When you are released, you need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. And because your new charges do include a criminal trespass, you may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You need to ensure you attend all 3 of these hearings. If you fail to appear at any of them, a warrant will issue, and then you'll be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Marissa Ubald to the podium and Rick Lopez to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Marissa Ubald, 9593.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on 2 warrants. They're both from the Goodyear Municipal Court, and they both relate to a shoplifting charge. However, one of them is for failing to comply or failing to pay some fees related to a shoplifting charge, and the other one is for a newer charge that you have not been convicted of. Due to the nature of your charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You have an arraignment hearing on September 10th at 1 p.m. in the Goodyear Municipal Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at these hearings. You also have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Can I have Rick Lopez to the podium? Can I get your name and date of birth?
Rick Lopez, 41181.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant from the state of Nevada, and they have indicated that they do want to extradite you back. It does relate to an underlying offense of robbery or burglary of looks like maybe a motor vehicle. Did you get an opportunity to review the laminated card that was given to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a choice to make here today, and we're going to go over that. You have, again, like I've mentioned, Nevada does want to extradite you back to Nevada on these charges. So you can say, yes, I'm willing for them to come pick me up. If you were to choose to do that, you would be held here in the Maricopa County jails, non-bondable, for up to 30 days. That 30 days would start tomorrow as long as you don't have any pending charges here in Arizona. But if you do have pending charges here in Arizona, then that 30 days would not start until you resolve any pending charges you have here.
Yeah, I currently here on a probation violation.
Okay, so you're already being held on a bond for the probation violation? Okay, So if you were to choose to waive your rights, you'd be held non-bondable and you wouldn't even start the 30 days until that was resolved. In the alternative, you have the right to demand that the governors of both states sign a warrant before you're extradited back, ordering you to be extradited. In that situation, I would set a hearing here in Maricopa County on September 8th at 1:30. Those hearings are civil in nature, so you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you could hire an attorney at your own expense. That process takes about 60 to 90 days before you know if a governor's warrant's going to be issued. In that case, you do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $18,000. In the event you posted that bond, you'd have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You could not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. And then you would also need to ensure that you attended that hearing here on September 8th. If you failed to appear at that hearing, a warrant would issue. Your warrant in Nevada would also still be valid, and you'd forfeit any bond that you posted. Do you know what option you would like to do? Okay. So if you're not ready to make the decision, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and set that hearing here in Maricopa County. You'll have a hearing on September 8th. You will have a bond in the amount of $18,000. And at that hearing, they'll give you an opportunity, again, to waive your rights if you would like to do so.
Yeah, because I'm here on probation, so even if I'm on probation here, how can they take me there?
Well, when you go to your hearing related to the probation revocation, let your attorney know about these charges.
Okay.
And that way they may allow you to go handle those hearings.
All right, sounds good.
But you'll have a hearing here on September 8th at 1:30,
All right,
okay?
that'll work.
All right, if you'll sit in the gallery, they'll give you that paperwork. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Victim Services units with the Adult and Juvenile Probation Departments assist.
Can I have Ernesto to the podium? You need an interpreter? One moment, okay? Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Yes, my name is Josh. I'm a Spanish interpreter. My interpreter ID is 209193.
Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line? Can you hear the court?
Yes, the interpreter's on the line. Hello?
Hello.
Sorry, just one
Hello,
moment.
the interpreter's on the line.
Can you hear her?
Yes. Yes, I could hear her.
Can you call out to her?
Yes, this is the Spanish interpreter. I'm on the line.
Okay, hold on. Okay, he's there. I can't. I don't know why you can't. I don't know why I can talk to him from here. You're still there, right?
Yes.
Try again, Commissioner. Just push your button.
Can the Spanish interpreter hear the court?
Yes, I'm the Spanish interpreter.
Okay, it's coming off the wrong
All right, one moment. It looks like you're coming out of the wrong speaker in the courtroom. Can the Spanish interpreter hear the court?
Yes, the Spanish interpreter's on the line.
Okay, let me try one more thing. Hold on. Let me try this one.
You hear us now?
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
I don't know, Commissioner, I can do is transfer the call to you. Let's see if I can transfer the call to her, to the bench.
Okay.
Because it's just not working here. Okay, I'm gonna have to hang up and try calling back again.
Okay, no problem. Well, thank you for using our services and have a nice day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning. This is the time for the 8 a.m. calendar and initial appearance court on August 21st, 2025. The court's orders to taking of DNA and fingerprints made on the first calendar of this month will apply to all hearings on this calendar. I will call you each up to the podium one at a time. Please listen for your name. I'm then going to announce whoever is up next. Please sit in the chair that's right outside of the courtroom. I'll let you know what you've been arrested for, what your next court dates are, and any release conditions that I'm ordering today. Let's begin with Dylan Williams to the podium and Charles Yazzie to the chair, please. Get right in the middle. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, my name is Dylan Williams, date of birth March 23rd, 1993.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, domestic violence, impeding breathing, Class 4 felony, assault, Class 1 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured appearance bond today in the amount of $25,000. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you may not reside at the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information that I just went over with you is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
You said it's a $25,000 bond?
Correct.
Okay, so what do I do in the time being?
So you will go over to processing and they'll give you some resources on either posting that bond yourself or through a bonding company. If you're unable to post that bond, you will remain in custody until at least your next hearing.
Okay.
Okay. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Go ahead and grab that to your left and take a seat.
Thank you.
Charles Yazzie to the podium and Brandon Reynolds to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Charles Yazzie, February 11, 1995, Your Honor.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of aggravated assault, domestic violence, impeding breathing, which is a Class 4 felony, and assault, Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $25,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community and that they install an ankle monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you not reside in the same location as any listed victim. If you do share a common residence, you must find an alternative place to stay and bring proof to your next court date. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Go ahead and grab your paperwork. It's right there on the table, and then take a seat. Brandon Reynolds to the podium. And Devin Prince to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Brandon Reynolds, 9679.
Thank you. We are here today on two different cases. The first is a Superior Court new case and then also a probation violation. On your new case, you were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of dangerous drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, 1 count of dangerous drug transportation and or sale, Class 2 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, Class 2 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale, Class 2 felony, and 1 count of use of electronic communications device in a drug transaction, Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause as to those allegations. On your probation violation warrant, it's for violating terms 3, 4, 7, 10, 14, and 15 of your probation. I am going to appoint you an attorney on both of these cases. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30, a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 28th at 8:30, and then a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30. All of those will be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a cash bond in your new case in the amount of $15,000 and then a secured bond in the amount of $7,500 on your probation case. That's a total of $22,500, 15 of that being cash bond status. If you do post bond on both matters, you can be released, but there are some other release conditions you have to follow. I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So I can post bond on my probation as well?
Correct. On both cases, I'm setting bond, so you can post bond on both.
So $15,000 total cash needed though, right?
So the $15,000 cash bond is on your new case, and then $7,500 secured on your probation matter. Okay. Both of them will have to be posted for you to be released.
Both have to be posted. Okay.
Correct.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Devin Prince to the podium, and Aiden Parcio to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Yes, Devin Robert Ashton Prince, 7590.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of artifice, intent to facilitate shoplifting, Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct, Class 6 felony, and assault, Class 2 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $5,000. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community. As a part of your release, if you post that bond, I'm also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your assigned probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Aiden Aparicio to the podium. And Robert Williams to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Alan Aparicio, 03/31/2005.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of criminal damage, which is a Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a secured bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I'm also ordering that pretrial services supervises you in the community, and they install an electronic monitor on you prior to your release. I'm also ordering, as a part of your release, that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that has been or will be issued. Finally, I am ordering that you not initiate any contact with the alleged victim for any reason. That includes both direct and indirect contact, such as through third parties or social media, nor respond to any contact from any listed victim. Any violation of a no victim contact order could constitute aggravated harassment, which would be an additional felony allegation. So please, absolutely no contact with the alleged victim in this case. All this is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, who are the victims?
So the victim in this case is listed as, I believe it was a prior partner of yours. So the person that you were allegedly committed a criminal damage against, absolutely no contact with that person.
I was going to say this. I do have my name on the lease, and I did break my property.
So that'll be something you have to talk with your attorney about.
Okay.
At this point in time, I'm ordering no contact, and you cannot return to that location.
For sure.
Okay. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Robert Williams to the podium, and Julio Pulido to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Robert Paul Williams, 7/17/59.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of 2 counts of dangerous drug possession for sale, Class 2 felonies, and 1 count of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint you an attorney. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to issue a cash bond today in the amount of $2,500. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting any of the arresting officers. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I've been here 57 years. I've never missed a court date at all. You know, I don't know why I don't get OR. My wife's 81 years old and in a wheelchair, and I'm the only one who can take care of her. And, you know, I showed up to every court date anytime I've ever been in trouble.
Well, sir, I'm looking at your criminal history here. There's about 15 different factors I have to consider when setting release conditions. Some of those include whether you have failed to appear and you're likely to appear at court before.
I've
What
never
I'm looking
missed
at
a
here
court
is in
date.
your criminal history, you do have 2 failure to appears noted in your criminal history.
Well, that was
So I
the
don't
one time when I
necessarily
never
agree
got
with your
the stuff.
characterization of what's going on.
I mean,
Either way, though, I am setting that cash bond in the amount of $2,500. You can post that bond and be released. If you do not post that bond, you will remain in custody until at least your next hearing.
I mean, because I've never missed a court date.
So, sir, this is not a time to argue with me about whether you've missed a court date.
I'm just saying the
That's
two.
going to be my orders.
That-
Your hearing is now over.
You
You
won't-
can grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Thank you, sir, for listening.
Grab a seat.
Julio Pulido to the podium. And Johnny Nguyen to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Julio Pulido, 72389.
Thank you. We are here today on an out-of-county warrant out of the Nogales Justice Court. It is for a case involving theft of means of transportation and trafficking stolen property. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you if one has not already been appointed to represent you in the Navajo County Justice Court. Can we reprint that one? Thank you. I am going to set an arraignment hearing in the Nogales Justice Court on August 26th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to affirm the bond in the felony warrant. That's a $2,499 secured bond. So if you do post that bond, you can be released. Otherwise, you will be transported to Nogales County for this warrant. I am going to also order as a part of your release that you not initiate contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and no driving without a valid driver's license. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions? That's it. Okay. We had to get you a different paperwork, so we'll reprint that and I'll bring it to you in just a moment. Johnny Nguyen to the podium and Adrian Frausto to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Johnny Nguyen, May 28th, 1986.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of theft of means of transportation, which is a Class 3 felony. I will find probable cause and I will appoint you an attorney. I am going to set a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30. All that's going to be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to set a secured bond today in the amount of $1,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, no possessing any weapons, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that information is going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, so the victim, I kind of need to talk to him because he told me to go get the key from the guy who made the key. So I don't understand how, I need to figure that out, how, because I own vehicles. I don't need to get a stolen vehicle. And I definitely don't need this on my record.
Understandable. And I did see some of that in the arresting documents that the arresting agency provided to the court today.
Yes.
That's why I set the bond at only $1,000 secured. The state was actually asking for a $15,000 bond. So I understand that there's probably some difference in reporting on what allegedly had happened at this point in time. I did take that into consideration. However, in terms of the contact with the victim, I'm not going to allow it at this point in time. If you do need to coordinate through a third party to get information for your next hearing, that's a potential, but I'm ordering that you not have direct contact with the victim as a part of this case.
Okay.
I am appointing you an attorney as well, so talk with your attorney about that. If that needs to be modified, the victim does get input on that, so the victim can be notified for your next court date and weigh in if that is necessary, but talk with your attorney about that, okay?
So is the victim the guy that gave me the key or the
owner of the vehicle?
The owner, okay. So I don't need to talk to, I just need to talk to the guy that gave me the key, which is
Yeah, I don't know if that's the same person or not. What I'm ordering is you don't contact the alleged victim in this case, which would be the owner of the vehicle.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
So if I don't bond out, then I gotta stay in here.
Correct, yes. If you would not be able to be released until that bond is posted. So you can post that $1,000 bond. You can either do that yourself or through a bonding company. If you're unable to post that, then you will remain in custody until at least your next hearing.
Okay, I gotta figure that out. I got most of it on my books right now.
Okay, so talk with the detention officers. They'll let you know more when you get over to processing.
All right.
Thanks, Robert. Paperwork next.
All right, thank you.
Adrian Frausto to the podium and Vanessa Puga to the chair, please.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Adrian Frosto, 11/16/95.
Thank you. We are here today on two different out-of-county warrants. They're both out of the Apache Junction Justice Court. They're both for failing to appear. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Apache Junction Justice Court on August 26th at 8:30 a.m., and I will appoint you an attorney in both matters if one has not already been appointed. I am going to affirm the bond in both warrants. It's a cash bond in the amount of $1,000 on each case, so $2,000 total. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not initiate contact with the arresting officers, no drugs without a valid prescription, no returning to the scene of any alleged crime, and no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have two. So the first one is cash only. Am I still able to go through bondsman cash only?
You can still go through a bondsman, but it's not the general idea of 10% plus collateral that you may have heard of. The bonding companies with a cash bond, they do set their own terms. So when you get over to processing, they'll allow you to have a phone and the contact information for the bonding companies. Call them and they'll let you know what their exact terms are.
Okay. And my second question is, well, I've been in custody since August 4th, and my court date was August 6th. I told the jail about my court date, and they didn't transfer me. So Apache Junction isn't asking for jail time, but I was OR'd on those. So would you be able to take that into consideration? Because I just posted a $20,000 bond, and I got page 2'd on these. But like I said, they're not asking for jail time, and I was under the impression that I would just have to check in if I bonded out on this charge, which I did, just to show up to the Justice Court in Apache Junction.
Give me 1 second here. So, Mr. Fausto, here's where we're at. I do show that you were here. Looks like you were seen in initial appearance court on the 4th. It does look like the date of these warrants was on the 8th. So what you're telling me seems to be accurate. However, we're in a position in which the warrants are not just for failing to appear. It's for contempt of court, along with a case involving threatening or intimidation.
Yes.
You were also here on the 4th on allegations of domestic violence. So at this point in time, I'm going to affirm the bond that are in the warrants because I do have some concerns if I were to release you on less onerous means. I understand what you're telling me. I have no way to verify that Apache Junction is not going after jail time. I have no reason to doubt you on that either. Unfortunately, because it's an out-of-county warrant, I have no access to Apache Junction's docket to verify anything that you're telling me. So without more information, I do have to affirm the bonds in the warrant at this point in time. However, do you know if you had an attorney already appointed in these two cases?
No, they made me, I was going to trial on the 6th, and I was having to appoint my, how do you say it, represent myself.
Okay. Because I'm setting bond on these cases, I am appointing you an attorney, so you will have an attorney appointed to represent you in both of these cases. Your attorney can ask to modify any of these bond requirements, but without more information, I am going to order that they be put in place. It's $2,000 cash on both. Now, you will have contact information for the Apache Junction Justice Court in these orders that I'm going to give you as a part of your case today. You can contact the court to see if you can get contact information on who will be appointed, and your attorney can potentially file a motion prior to your next hearing, but you'll have to talk with your attorney about that.
Okay, so you said the $2,000 was on hold?
No, it's a cash bond, so you do have to post that $2,000.
All right, thank you.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Vanessa Puga to the podium, and Michael DeMaio to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Vanessa Puga, January 18, 1982.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of taking contraband into a correctional facility, Class 2 felony, and 1 count of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felony, from an offense date listed as July 10th, 2024. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond on the arrest warrant. That's a $2,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contacting the arresting officers. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I just want to say, since then, Your Honor, I went to prison. I've been to prison and whatnot.
Okay, that's still going to be my order today. So go ahead and grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
So I'm going to jail?
Well, you're already in jail. So what I'm ordering is in order to be released, you have to post that $2,000 bond.
So I put on.
I'm sorry?
I think.
Michael DeMaio to the podium. And Jason Garbett to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Michael DeMaio, 32588.
Thank you. We are here today on a probation violation warrant for violating term 4 of your probation. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 28th at 8:30. That's in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $1,000 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I was only out of jail for 2 weeks.
Okay. Is there a question there?
Yes, I was just wondering why she issued a warrant when I was just released from custody.
So the issue is that your probation officer filed a petition to revoke your probation on what's called term 4. Term 4 says that you have not been actively participating in your residential treatment program through Crossroads. So because of that, a warrant was issued for your arrest on the probation violation, and so I am going to affirm the bond and the arrest warrant.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but talk with your attorney about that. Your attorney will have the opportunity to challenge that allegation at the next hearing.
Okay.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Jason Garbett to the podium and Kimberly McMichael to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Jason Joseph Garber, 8/31/86.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 different cases. The first is a Justice Court warrant out of the Agua Fria Justice Court on a case involving 2 counts of assault, Class 1 misdemeanors, and then 1 probation violation for violating terms 3, 5, and 15. I will appoint you an attorney in both of these matters. I am setting a probation revocation arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Court on August 28th at 8:30 a.m. And I will also set an arraignment hearing in the Agua Fria Justice Court on August 26th at 8:30 a.m. I am going to issue a secured bond on both cases in the amount of $500. So you have a total bond of $1,000. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol, and you must contact probation within 72 hours of your release. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Kimberly McMichael to the podium, and Michael Stout to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Kimberly McMichael, 5/18/1990.
Thank you. We are here today on a failure to appear bench warrant on a case involving narcotic drug possession and drug paraphernalia. I will affirm the attorney that was already appointed to represent you in this case. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond of the warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. If you do post bond, I am ordering that you not possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no contact with the arresting officers. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
I was hoping to get another chance at pretrial services since I only missed court because I was in custody from old warrants from Glendale. And I did check in with pretrial when I got out last time.
Let me take a look. Give me 1 second. When were you in custody on the Glendale case?
I got arrested 6 days ago, I think. And I did make contact with pretrial services like I was supposed to. I'm just trying to get out because I'm fighting a DCS case right now for my son. So it's really important that I'm out there right now, you know.
I understand. Give me just 1 second here.
Thank you. I don't have any family or anything that can help me post bond. both my parents are deceased. I'm out here on my own. I'd really appreciate one more opportunity to do pre-trial.
When did Glendale release you?
They have it.
Oh, they just brought you over here afterwards? So are you currently on a bond out of Glendale?
Yeah, but my court date's like day after tomorrow, I think, for Glendale.
Okay. So I do show that you were arrested by Glendale on August 13th. So do you know how much your bond was in the Glendale case?
I think it's like, I think it's $500 or something, but I know that on my next court date that they're going to release me.
So, ma'am, what I'm going to do is I am going to change my prior order. That's good to see. Instead of a $500 bond, I'm going to do a $50 bond. I'm going to do that because you're already in custody on the Glendale case. If I release you on this matter today, that means you're not going to get any credit for time served while you're still in custody on the Glendale case. If what you're telling me is true and they end up releasing you in your Glendale case, that's completely fine. Then you would just have to pay $50 on this one. The issue is I don't want you to lose out on credit for time served if I were to release you on this case. What I'm going to do is if you do post that bond, I am also going to order that pretrial services continues to supervise you in the community. So all your other orders are still going to be the same, but I'm going to change it from $500 to $50.
Thank you.
All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, sir.
Grab your paperwork and go ahead and take a seat.
Thank you.
Michael Stout to the podium and Tyler Smart to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Michael Stout, December 6, 1993.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court arrest warrant. You were charged with 1 count of dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, from an offense date listed as February 12, 2025. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30. That'll be in the downtown Superior Court. I am going to affirm the bond in the arrest warrant. That's a $500 secured bond. However, it's my understanding that you're currently in DOC. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so don't post that bond, obviously, because they're not going to release you, but you will begin to start to generate credit for time served. Okay. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Is this going to be, so am I going to have a hearing and then my revocation? Or is this all handled at
So
probation?
I do show that you're currently in probation proceedings. It's possible that they combine them. I'm a little unsure what
I
they're
would
going
like
to do at this
to
point.
try to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
talk
trying
to
to
your
get to a
attorney.
fire crew in DOC, so
Oh, okay.
that's why I'm here. I wrote them on a quash warrant
Gotcha.
form, so.
So I don't have the ability to modify anything in your probation case at this point, but talk to your attorney. There's a possibility that they can combine them.
Okay.
Okay. Grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat. Tyler Smart to the podium and Cyrus Stillwell to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
Tyler Smart, 10/12/91.
Thank you. We are here today on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on allegations of facilitation of shoplifting, which is a Class 5 felony. I am not finding probable cause today. I was not provided with enough information from the arresting agency to find probable cause. Doesn't mean that these allegations necessarily go away. The state could still charge you with this down the line, but I was not provided with enough today. I am going to still appoint you an attorney, and I am going to set a hearing on September 4th at 8:30 a.m. That'll be in the downtown Superior Court. I'm not going to hold you on this since I'm not finding probable cause. However, you do have that court date that you still have to go to. I would suggest calling the court before that September 4th date to see if that hearing is still moving forward. If the state does not end up filing charges, it's possible that that hearing is vacated. But since I'm not finding probable cause, I am not holding you. You will be released, and there will be no release conditions at this point in time. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
If I can get them paid for, that'll probably help get the,
Talk with your attorney about that.
Yeah, that'll help. All right.
Okay, grab your paperwork to your left and have a seat.
Cool.
Cyrus Stillwell to the podium, and Calvin Owens to the chair, please. Good morning. May I have your name and date of birth?
My name is Cyrus Kane Stillwell, 6/2004.
Thank you. We are here today on a municipal court new case out of the Goodyear Municipal Court. You were arrested on allegations of shoplifting, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I will find probable cause. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Goodyear Municipal Court on September 10th at 1 p.m. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That's a promise to appear at your next court date. As a part of your release, I am also ordering that you not return to the scene of any alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and no drugs without a valid prescription. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yes. About court hearing and stuff, is it possible for me to be able to get transportation there? I can't go anywhere except on walking.
Understandable. So you're going to go through release today. Release is going to give you some more paperwork, and then you're going to get released out of custody. Let them know that you're going to need transportation. If a release isn't able to provide you with transportation, you can also contact the Goodyear Municipal Court to see if they can either arrange transportation for you or potentially even do your hearing remotely.
Thank you.
Okay, but talk to them. I don't have the power to order that at this point.
All right.
Okay, go ahead and grab your paperwork and then have a seat to your left. Calvin Owens to the podium. Good morning, sir. May I have your name and date of birth?
Calvin Owens, 120491.
Thank you. We are here today on 3 different cases. The first is a Superior Court arrest warrant out of Maricopa County Superior Court. You were charged with 1 count of narcotic drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony. I will appoint you an attorney to represent you in this case, and I will set a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30. Those will both be in the downtown Superior Court. We're also here today on 2 what's called fugitive of justice matters. That's an out-of-state warrant for your arrest out of Wisconsin. So I saw that you had that laminated piece of paper. Did you have the ability to read through that before you came into court today? Okay. I'm going to go over everything with you. I just want to make sure you at least have the opportunity. So as I stated, you do have 2 different warrants out of the state of Wisconsin, so you do have a choice to make at this time. You can choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing and be sent back to the requesting state within 30 days, or you can demand that a governor's warrant be signed by the governors of both states before you are returned to Wisconsin. If you choose to waive your right to an extradition hearing, you would be held non-bondable in the Maricopa County Jail for a period of up to 30 days to allow time for the requesting state to come and get you. That 30-day period would start tomorrow unless there are other local charges pending against you anywhere in Arizona. Since there are local charges pending against you in Arizona, that 30-day period would not begin until those charges are resolved. If you'd like to have an extradition hearing, I will set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court on September 8th at 1:30 p.m. That's going to be on both matters. Because these are extradition matters and they are civil in nature, I do not have the ability to appoint you an attorney, but you can hire one at your own expense if you choose. You are entitled to bail in one of your 2 cases. I am setting a secured bond on one of your Wisconsin matters in the amount of $25,000. I am setting it as non-bondable on your second matter because it's a probation violation. You would be held in custody during the entire time of the extradition matter, and that whole process could take up to 90 days to get that governor's warrant. I am also setting a secured bond in your new Maricopa County case as well. That's a $500 secured bond. So on your 2 fugitive of justice cases, you have 2 different options. You can voluntarily return and we do a waiver today, or you can request an extradition hearing. The choice is yours. Do you have any questions about what your options are?
When I was in the police car with the officer, he showed me on the computer that it was a $10. This was a warrants from 3 years ago, as far as in Phoenix. It was a $10 bond, not $500. How did it become $500?
So I'm setting it at 500. So the warrant does request a $10 secured bond. I'm setting it at 500 because you're also here today on 2 out-of-state warrants for fleeing. So I do have some concerns on your Arizona warrant that if I were to set lesser release conditions that you wouldn't go to court. So I am setting it at 500.
Okay.
But on your fugitive of justice matters, do you have any questions about what your 2 options are in terms of your out-of-state warrants?
I don't want to waive my rights.
Okay, so I will go ahead and I will set a hearing in the downtown Superior Court. That's going to be on September 8th at 1:30 p.m. I am setting that secured bond on your first case in the amount of $25,000, and then I'm holding you non-bondable in your probation violation from Wisconsin. All that's going to be in your paperwork. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, when's the next court date for Phoenix?
So your Arizona case, you have a hearing on the 27th, so that's in 6 days. And then your fugitive of justice matters on September 8th.
And how many days? Okay.
It's about 2 weeks at this point. All right. We'll get you your paperwork in just a second. Go ahead and take a seat to your left. The final matters on the calendar were all listed as house calls, and they are unable to be brought to court. For number 3, it was a medical isolation, 18, unable to function, 19, wandering or escape risk, and then numbers 1, 2, and 33 are all in Lower Buckeye Jail infirmary or psych hold. So based on all that, I will conduct their initial appearances either at their cell or remotely for the 2 that are at Lower Buckeye Jail, because they are a danger to themselves or others if they are brought to court. For number 3, Stant Simmons, we're here on a Superior Court new case, arrested on allegations of disorderly conduct with a weapon, Class 6 felony. I will find probable cause and appoint an attorney, set a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30, and I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $25,000 with pretrial services supervision and electronic monitoring. For number 23, Casey Baldridge, we're here on a Justice Court new case for 2 counts of disobeying or resisting an order mandated of the court out of the White Tank Justice Court, both Class 1 misdemeanors. I will find probable cause, and I will appoint an attorney. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the White Tank Justice Court on August 26th at 8:30, and I will issue a $1,000 secured bond. For number 18, Damian Tully, we're here on a Superior Court arrest warrant, charged with 2 counts of narcotic drug possession, Class 4 felonies, 1 count of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I will appoint an attorney and set a status conference on August 27th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 29th at 8:30. I will affirm the bond and the warrants, a $500 secured bond. For numbers 1 and 2, we're here today on Angel Pro on 2 probation violation warrants for violating terms 1. I will appoint an attorney on both matters, set them both for a probation revocation arraignment hearing on August 28th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Court, and I will issue a secured bond in the amount of $1,000 on each case. Number 33, Jose Villela, we're here on a grand jury warrant, allegations of aggravated criminal damage, Class 5 felony. I will appoint an attorney, set an arraignment hearing in the downtown Superior Court on August 28th at 8:30, and I will affirm the grand jury warrant. That's a $2,500 cash bond. If I do need to make any modifications or changes, I will do so either on the record or in writing. I will make sure each of these individuals are provided with a written copy of their orders after I conduct their initial appearance. That does conclude the 8 a.m. calendar. We will stand in recess until 11 a.m.
All right, this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for August 21st, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings. We're going to begin with Dolores Tate. If you please come all the way to the podium, you'll be first, ma'am. After that, Kevin Crowley. If you'll go to the chair, you'll be next. Right here, ma'am. The podium, see the podium? Thank you. May I please have your full name and your date of birth?
Dolores Ann Tate, 9/17/78.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. And a probation warrant. In the new case, you were arrested on allegations of aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony, robbery, a Class 4 felony, and assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those things, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date in this case will be in 6 days. It is a status conference, August 27th, 8:30 in the morning. Your preliminary hearing will be August 29th at 8:30. That's the new case. You are also here on a probation warrant. You are on probation for robbery, a Class 4 felony. On July 1st of this year, there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. It alleges that you violated terms 3, 5, and 15. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Next court date in the probation case will be August 28th, 1 week from today at 8:30 in the morning. That is a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing in the downtown probation court, and that address will be on your paperwork. Pursuant to Arizona law, you are held without bond in your probation case. You do not have bond today in your probation case. In your new case, your bond is $50,000. It is secured with written conditions. If you post that, you must comply with all of those conditions. But you are still being held without bond in your probation case, so you would want to make sure that you can get out in every case before you go trying to post the bond. You can talk to your lawyer about both of these cases next week. You will end up with the same lawyer for both matters. If you'll step to your left, the officer's getting the paperwork sorted out, and she's going to bring you your copies in a moment. Thank you. Mr. Crowley? Right here at the podium. And Ms. Tate, you can go have a seat out there, ma'am. And just so you know, I have ordered no co-defendant contact in your case, and Mr. Gaines is about to get the same order. So no contact with him from this moment forward. If you go sit in the back left there, the officer will bring you your paperwork and they'll move you on to the next location. Thank you. Mr. Crowley, after that, it'll be Mr. Gaines if you go to the chair. All right, Mr. Crowley, may I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Kevin Daniel Crowley, 11/1/1990.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. The police came and added additional charges against you for offenses allegedly committed prior to your first court appearance in your other pending case. So, these allegations are fraudulent schemes, a Class 2 felony, 2 allegations of aggravated identity theft involving losses of greater than $1,000. Those are Class 3 felonies. 1 allegation of theft as a Class 3 felony, 2 allegations of forgery as Class 4 felonies. There is probable cause for all of those. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You will end up with the same lawyer for both of your open cases. Okay. Your next court date in this case will be a status conference in 6 days, which is August 27th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. And your preliminary hearing will be August 29th at 8:30 in the same court. Based on what the police have submitted against you in this case, this court believes that you are an extreme flight risk and a high risk of non-appearance and new criminal activity. As further detailed in my order, the court is very concerned that you have access to high-quality forms of false identification and potentially large sums of cash. I recognize that you have not, to date, posted bail in your other case. Nevertheless, that situation could change at any time between now and your trial in this case. For all of those reasons, bond is set in this case at $100,000, and that is cash only, dollar for dollar. So your other bond remains $50,000 secure. The court believes, based on what the police have alleged in this case, I did not read the probable cause for your other case. I'm basing that solely on what they alleged against you in this case. This court believes you are an extreme flight risk, and this bond is intended to secure your appearance all the way through trial and a potential adverse verdict against you. You do face potentially very significant amounts of prison time in this case. So talk to your lawyer about your overall situation, including this bond, and if you'll step to your left, you can go ahead and have a seat in the back left, and the officer will bring your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Gaines?
Okay.
And Arthur Johnson, will you go to the chair? can go ahead and have a seat out there to your left, sir. Yeah, you just head left. That's where they take you out from. Hi, sir. May I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Jamie Gaines, 9/12/92.
What's your last name, sir?
Gaines.
Okay, thank you. You're here on one new case and one misdemeanor warrant. In the new case, you were alleged to have committed aggravated robbery, a Class 3 felony, dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for all of those. What's your question?
That's 3 charges?
Correct.
So you said dangerous drug
Paraphernalia and aggravated robbery. So talk to your lawyer about the elements of those and what accomplice liability means. So, I'm appointing a lawyer for you. You can talk to your lawyer about all of that. Your next court date in this felony case is a status conference, August 27th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing will be August 31st in the same court. You're also here on a traffic warrant from Manistee Justice Court. In this case, you were cited and or there was a complaint filed against you for driving on a suspended license, allegedly committed May 23rd of 2025. That is a Class 1 misdemeanor. This is a failure to appear warrant. Your next court date in the Manistee Justice Court will be an arraignment hearing, August 26th at 10:30 in the morning in the Manistee Justice Court. That address will be on your paperwork. In the new felony case, your bond is $25,000 that is secured. You have written conditions as well that include no going to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with the alleged victim, no contact with any co-defendants you may have. You have at least one, Ms. Tate, so no contact with her. That means don't chat with her, even if they sit you next to one another out there. Don't talk to her. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. In the traffic case, your bond is set at $250 secured. That's separate and apart from the other bond. Everything is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy of that. Thank you. Mr. Johnston and the Jose Garibay, will you please go to the chair?
Hold on.
Mr. Johnston, 1780.
All right, thank you, sir. You're here on 2 warrants. One is in a pending case, one's in a probation case. In the pending case, you've been charged with dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. This warrant was issued, I think they were issued the same day, but I'll double check. This was issued out of early disposition court, that's the trial court, June 2nd of 2025. And in the probation matter, you failed to appear at a revocation arraignment hearing in probation court on June 9th of 2025. So warrants were issued for your arrest in both cases. All right, in the pending case, dangerous drug possession, Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia possession, Class 6 felony, you already have a lawyer appointed. Your status conference will be August 27th at 8:30 in the morning. That's next week. For the preliminary hearing, August 29th at 8:30. Your bond, I'm affirming the bond set by the trial court, which is $2,000 secured with written conditions that I'll let you read for yourself. In the probation case, your court date is August 28th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. That will be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. You've also already had a lawyer appointed for you. In that case, bond in your probation case is $1,000 secured. So that is $3,000 total with written conditions. If you bond out, comply with all of those and call your PO within 72 hours of any release. If you step to your left, just head to the left. The officer will bring you your paperwork. Thank you. All right, Mr. Garibay. And then Alan Glenn, will you go to the chair, please? Mr. Glenn. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Jose Luis Garibay Jr. Jose Luis Garibay Jr.
What's your date of birth, sir?
12/14 of 81.
Okay, thank you. You are here on a new case. The allegation is dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and unlawful use of a means of transportation as a passenger, which is a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is the status conference, August 27th at 8:30 in the morning. That is next Wednesday in the downtown Superior Court with a preliminary hearing, August 29th at 8:30 in the same court. Your bond is $2,000. It is secured with written conditions. That include calling your PO within 72 hours of any release. Your PO has been notified of this case, but it is up to the home county to file any probation violation proceedings. So your PO will let you know, or there'll be a warrant issued for you if Yuma County does start probation violation proceedings against you. That is entirely up to them. I think you were just being courtesy supervised up here.
So I can bond out today?
You can, and then call your PO within 72 hours of release, especially if you're trying to avoid a warrant out of Yuma County. Your PO can decide whether or not they're going to file a petition to revoke now, or whether they're going to wait for the Maricopa charges to resolve, et cetera. But the entire time all of this is happening, you're still on probation. You have to report. So
$2,000 cash or?
no, it's secured, meaning you can use a bail bondsman. So if you bond out, call your PO, start complying. I read your notes. You have not been complying. You have not been drug testing. So if you're telling me you got $2,000 to put up for bond, you have money to drug test. Also, the idea that you weren't going to AverHealth because you couldn't get a ride or you didn't have money, that is significantly undermined by your current arrest. So call your PO, be compliant. This isn't the most serious type of thing you could be accused of, but you've got priors, and so if you were to go to trial and lose, you face prison in this current case. So don't mess around with it. I won't. Call your PO. Just step to your left. Thank you. All right, Mr. Glenn, Alan Glenn. We could have that backwards. Could be Glenn Allen. All right, Rochelle Pierce, will you go to the chair? Right here, sir. Podium, please. All right, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Alan Frank Glenn, 5/25/1961.
All right, thank you. Mr. Glenn, you're here on a warrant in a case in which you've been charged with sale or transportation for sale of narcotic drugs, a Class 2 felony. This warrant issued May 16th, that might be 18th of 2023, so over 2 years ago, after you failed to appear at a status conference.
Yeah, I was in the hospital.
I'm sorry?
I was in the hospital.
For 2 years. Well, you can talk to the trial judge about whether that continues to be an adequate excuse. So, you've already had a lawyer appointed. Your status conference will be August 27th at 8:30 in the morning with a preliminary hearing August 29th at 8:30. That's all next week. And the court address is on your paperwork. Your bond is $2,000. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and do not miss your court date. Just up to your left, I'll give you your paperwork. Thank you. All right, then Ms. Pierce, after he goes out, you can come in. All right, thank you. And then Kevin Price, we go to the chair, please. Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Rochelle, I'm Pierce, 7/16/86.
Okay, thanks. You're in one new case and one probation hold. In your new case, you were arrested for possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Also, 3 total allegations of shoplifting, basically shoplifting committed more than one way. Those are Class 1 misdemeanors. There is probable cause for all of them, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be a status conference in the downtown Superior Court this Wednesday, August 27th at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork, and the preliminary hearing will be in the same court on August 29th at 8:30. You also have to go to probation court because you're on probation for a Class 4 felony, and the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke your probation based on its policy. So I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date will be 1 week from today, which is August 28th at 8:30 in the morning for a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. The court address for probation court is also on your paperwork. Your bond in the probation matter is $1,000 secured with written release conditions. In the new case, it is $50 secured to make you eligible for credit for time in custody, because if not for being on probation, we would probably have released you in the new case. But because you have a probation case and that probation bond, you need at least a small bond in the new case to ensure that you get credit for time in custody and that they do take you to your court hearings. So don't post the 50 unless you're also going to get out in your probation case. That's 1,050 total. If you step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Price. And then Robert Melendez, we go to the chair, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Hi, good morning.
Are you Kevin Price? And were you born July 9 of 1989?
Yes.
Okay. You're here on 3 probation warrants. You're on probation in 3 different cases. And back on July 29th, so about 3 weeks ago, there were petitions to revoke your probation filed in all 3 cases. The petitions allege that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. You will get a copy of those petitions from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in all 3 cases. I'm going to affirm the bond set for you by the probation judge. Hang on, let me give you a court date. Your court date is 1 week from today, August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. In number 15 on the calendar, that's the oldest case. The bond is $1,000 secured. And in each of the other two cases, it is $250 secured, so that is $1,500 total with release conditions. If you bond out, be sure to call your PO within 72 hours and don't miss your court dates. If you'll step to your left, she's got your paper.
I was in the hospital like the whole time for...
Well, Mr. Price, I'm doubtful about that, and I'm not going to take your word for it, but maybe you can prove that to the probation judge. You've had way too many violations and reinstatements, particularly in the oldest case. I'm not going to substitute my judgment for that of the probation judge. So if you can prove that to the probation judge, that may make a real difference in the outcome, but right now, you are a bad bet for me taking your word for that. I'm not going to take your word for that. So good luck with that.
I just left yesterday.
All right, talk to you.
And I've been in a how I violate and on what.
Talk to your lawyer about all of this, Mr. Price. Right now, the court believes you are not likely to show up, and you're not likely to comply with probation.
I will show up,
It's too much at this point, Mr. Price. So I'm gonna affirm what the probation judge ordered and let you talk to that person next week. All right. If you step to your left, you get your paperwork.
But can I explain myself? I just left the hospital.
I understand you're telling me that. And what I'm telling you, Mr. Price, is I don't have anything but your word for that.
Right.
And based on your history and the fact that anybody in your position would have a motive to be less than truthful, I'm not taking your word for it. I looked at your probation notes. I do not believe there's anything to support what you're telling me, and I'm not going to take only your word for it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to.
I have on the socks,
okay.
Right now.
Talk to your lawyer. Talk to your lawyer, Mr. Price.
All right, but
that still doesn't mean that you're a good
what,
bet for release.
Am I
Mr. Price,
Mr.
Mr. Price, talk to your lawyer.
He can't help me. That's a week from now. I'm asking why was I violated?
Because, Mr. Price, you're accused of let him just say 1 second. Hold on 1 second, okay? I just want to finish with him. You're accused of violating probation. The bond is about more than just the date that the probation violation warrant went out. It is a long list of not complying. It's not about whether just you will show up or whether you were in the hospital. It is whether you will comply. And the court finds you are not likely to. That's all I have to say, Mr. Price. Mr. Price, I just wanted to finish the explanation because you asked for one. I'm not changing my mind. Your hearing is done. You need to talk to your lawyer. That's the best I can explain it for you today. Talk to your lawyer.
So when the next time I have court?
1 week.
And like what? I have to stay?
Unless you post the 1,500 total, that is correct.
In a week too?
No, talk to your lawyer. The probation judge can do something different next week. They get to make their own decision next week. Right now, I'm imposing the decision that they made before based on what was already happening. You may, in fact, have been in the hospital. That does not change the calculus for this court. So talk to your lawyer about this, all right? If you'll step to your left, these gentlemen are waiting to escort you. Thank you.
All right, well...
All right, Mr. Melendez? Robert Melendez, after they go out, you can come in. Okay. All right, where's Mr. Melendez? Okay, come on in, sir. Oh, I think he might be sleeping against the wall there, officer. I think he's the guy in gray. Robert Melendez, please. And then Arturo Tapia will be after Mr. Melendez. All right, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Robert Melendez, September 8th, 1981.
All right, thanks. You're here on 2 probation violation warrants. You're on probation in 2 different cases, and there were petitions to revoke your probation filed a couple weeks ago, August 12th. Those petitions allege that you violated terms 3 and 5. You will get copies of those from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in both cases. Your next court date for both cases will be 1 week from today, which is August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing in the Downtown Superior Court. Your bond in each of the two cases is $750 secured. I am affirming what the probation judge set for you in these cases. That is $1,500 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, the officer's going to give you a copy of that paperwork. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead and have a seat, sir. She'll send out your paperwork for you. Mr. Tapia, and then Daniela Reyes, will you please go to the chair? Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Arturo Tapia, 020782.
All right, thanks. You are here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 6 felony. Back on April 17th of 2024, there was a petition to revoke your probation filed alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5. You will get a copy of it from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date in the Downtown Probation Court is 1 week from today, August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. The address is on your paperwork. That hearing will be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions. Call your PO within 72 hours. Chances are you don't know the number. It is on your paperwork. The main number, you call them, and they'll get you to your assigned probation officer. If you step to your left, go ahead and have a seat again. She'll send out your paperwork. Thank you. Ms. Reyes, and then Grady Durheim, will you go to the chair? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Daniela Reyes, 0520 of 99.
Thank you. You're here on a probation warrant. You're on probation for a felony. And back on April 17th of 2024, there was a petition to revoke your probation filed. It is alleged that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date in probation court will be in 1 week, which is August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing. The court address is on your paperwork. Your bond is $500. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions. Call the probation department within 72 hours. The number is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, they'll give you a copy of that. That's just if you bond out. If you don't bond out, you don't have to call them. All right, Mr. Durheim, Grady Durheim, and then Martin Ortiz Acosta. We go to the chair. After that, Adam Sewell will be next. All right. Hi, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Grady and Durham, 10/13/1988.
Thank you. You're here on 2 warrants in 2 different felony cases. I think it was the same hearing that you missed. It was July 3rd of this year. It was an initial pretrial conference, and a warrant was issued for your arrest. Your next court date is going to be a status conference, August 27th, which is 6 days from now, 8:30 in the morning in the Downtown Superior Court. You already have a lawyer appointed. I'm affirming the bond in both of your cases. That is $300 secured for $600 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions. Don't miss your court dates. If you step to your left, she's got your paperwork for you. All right, and then Mr. Ortiz Acosta. After that will be Adam Sewell, please. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Good morning. Martin Ortiz Acosta, November 7th, 2000.
Thank you. You're here on a Justice Court warrant, 2 warrants from 2 different Justice Courts. The first one is from the North Mesa Justice Court, where you have been convicted of, it's a post-conviction warrant. You've been convicted of racing or exhibition of speed and driving on a suspended license, both misdemeanors. This warrant issued December 26th of 2024 for failing to pay fines and fees or do something else you were ordered to do. Your arraignment hearing in the North Mesa Justice Court will be in 5 days, which is August 26th. That's going to be at 1 p.m., 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The other one is from the Ironwood Justice Court, where you've been convicted of driving on a suspended license and criminal speeding, both misdemeanors. Your arraignment hearing is scheduled in the Ironwood Justice Court for August 26th at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond in each case is $250 secured for $500 total. If you bond out, which I assume you likely will because you have previously posted bond in these cases and forfeited that bond by not appearing, assuming that you post a bond and assuming that you go to court, you need to call one of these courts and get your court date moved because it is really not assured that you'll be out of the Ironwood Justice Court in time to make it to the North Mesa one at 1 p.m.
Okay.
So just call them and tell them you're double booked. You'll have the paperwork to prove it. If you need to, they will move your court date. If you do not appear, it is very easy for us to see it. And what I can see on your case card, is not that this current, you have previously been through here. You had a $639 bond. She just imposed the full bond, and you still FTA'd. So I was very tempted to just impose the bond that they wanted, but I recognize this is failure to pay.
Yeah, to pay.
It's about collections, but I do not love the allegation that you were speeding on a suspended license when arrested. That is why you're getting a bond today, because the court believes you're not likely to appear. You are very likely to keep committing the same crimes. So eventually, Mr. Ortiz, I think you will learn that even in the justice court cases, they're going to start putting you in jail for the full 6 months every time you do it. In the meantime, you'll rack up fines over $10,000 easily, and it'll be very difficult to get your license again if you don't stop doing it. That being said, you get to decide right now. So I fully believe you're likely to post this bond. I also, if I was a betting person, I'd bet you're not going to appear. But I will tell you, if I see that release next time and it's my name on it, I will know that I gave you this exact speech. I will know that I did, and I will just affirm the bond, and it's going to be like $1,600 to get out next time. So I don't know how you do math in your own head, Mr. Ortiz, but again, allegedly, speeding on a suspended license, I think shows a lack of judgment, if not cognitive ability. So do the math. Go to court. This will never go away. It's 2025. This is going to haunt you for decades if you don't take care of it. Show up for court. Stop committing these offenses for a window of time so you can get your driver's license back. Also, apparently, you have an addiction to speeding that you should probably think hard about. Step to your left. Take your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Sewell? And Shannon Sousa, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Adam Sewell, 04/15/1998.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You're arrested for hindering prosecution in the second degree, alleged as a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for it. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because we don't appoint lawyers in this type of misdemeanor case. You have the right to hire one at your own expense or to just represent yourself. Your next court date will be in the West McDowell Justice Court, and that address will be on your paperwork. It will be September 9th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's roughly 3 weeks from now, September 9th. The address is on your paperwork. Now, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. The state recommended a $2,500 secured appearance bond for you. But in misdemeanor cases, the only criminal history information that the court gets is whatever the police have put on their booking paperwork. And the police did not put anything for you. Therefore, I am assuming for purposes of this hearing, you don't have any criminal history. You don't have to tell me if you do. I'm just noting that I don't find any support for the proposition that this offense indicates you won't come to court and that you won't comply with conditions or that you will commit new crimes. Those are the measurements for pretrial release. And on this allegation, even if I assume that it is absolutely true, I don't believe that inherently suggests that you won't come to court and face these charges and that you will commit new crimes. So I'm going to release you on your own cognizance. That being said, I am going to, as recommended by the state, order that while this case is pending, you do not go to 27th Avenue between Indian School Road and Northern Avenue. That means you drive around it. I think your street address is around 43rd and Pecos. So you're going to have to drive around it. And to the extent you might be foolish enough to play a game and say, oh, it was 2 blocks from 27th Avenue, I don't think that's going to end well, Mr. Sewell. And obviously, in a case like this, the police are very unhappy with you, but this is a misdemeanor. And right now, I must operate on the assumption that you have no criminal history. I strongly recommend that you shouldn't make yourself interesting to the police. If you make yourself interesting to the police tend to find other things to accuse you of. So I'm just trying to give you a clue, Mr. Sewell, and hopefully some motivation to respect your release conditions, because of course you are presumed innocent in this case until proven guilty. So you enjoy that presumption at this moment in time, but if you were to play strange games with it, get arrested for similar types of allegations, that would provide the court a basis to think that it may be a bond is necessary to get you to comply. So you will be released within a few hours. It is slow to be released. Try to be patient. You'll be out within a few hours. If you step to your left, you get your paperwork. All right, Ms. Sousa? Nothing. And then David Allman, will you go to the chair? Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Shannon Lynn Souza, August 23rd, 1982.
1982?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks. You're on a new case. You were booked in for theft of a means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference, September 4th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing September 8th at 8:30 in the same court. I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. That means you have to report into them. So you're going to get an envelope. You need to call them when the envelope tells you. You just take it with you after you get out. You call them. Just start reporting. For the reasons in my order, you have a felony prior. It's old, meaning I don't know that it can be used to increase your sentence. It could be used to make you not eligible for probation if you lost at trial. What I'm trying to say is, if you are charged formally and you go to trial and lose, as currently alleged, that prior conviction means these become mandatory prison. And so I want you to take that very seriously. Your prior is for drug abuse. There's evidence of drug abuse right now. That very clearly, statistically, increases the likelihood that you won't appear and that you'll commit new crimes while the case is pending. But I'm just sending you to pretrial services. You do not have the kind of criminal history your co-defendant has, nor are you on felony probation like he was. I certainly urge you and order you to take your release conditions seriously. Do not commit new crimes. Do not have any contact with him. He's been ordered not to have any contact with you. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. Do not contact the alleged victim. That's whoever owns the allegedly stolen car. No contact with that person or people. Do not miss your court dates. Okay? You step to your left, you get your paperwork.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Allman? And Curtis Schroeder, we go to the chair. Oh, whoops. I gotta just change something on the IA detail, Katrina. 1 second, sir. I put my note in the wrong spot. My changes note for Sims. It came in with other recommendations. I don't even know what that box means. Oh, it didn't cause it to. Okay. Alrighty, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
David Allman, you want my middle name? David Patrick Allman.
Sure. What's your date of birth?
4/30/65.
All right, thank you. You're on a new case. You were arrested for assault and disorderly conduct, both Class 1 domestic violence misdemeanors. There is probable cause for those, and I am not appointing a lawyer for you because you don't appear to financially qualify. Also, in city court cases, we do not appoint lawyers for indigent people at this hearing. The city court can do that if they choose to, or if the state is requesting jail time, but you don't appear to financially qualify anyway. But in any event, that's an issue for Peoria Municipal Court. You're entitled to hire a lawyer at your own expense, or you can just represent yourself. Your next court date will be in the Peoria City Court, September 9th at 9 in the morning. I'm planning to release you on your own recognizance because you do not appear to have criminal history that we could locate or that the police could locate. But I'm giving you domestic violence release conditions. And as I like to say, in cases like this, with people who have, it appears, have not been arrested before. This is not a negotiation. These are my orders, whether I have to put a large bond on you to get you to pay attention or not. I do not anticipate you will love them, but you must abide by them. You have to live somewhere else while the case is pending. What you can do is a civil standby to collect belongings. That means you go with a law enforcement officer. You call the Peoria PD. You say, I need a civil standby, please. Call the non-emergency number. They'll send a cop to go with you and keep the peace while you collect belongings. And it is my understanding that the more polite you are to the officers, the longer they will give you. And so you get your stuff, you go stay somewhere else, you bring proof of where you're staying to your next court date. Do not have contact with the alleged victims. Do not respond to contact from them. That does not entitle you to have contact because they reached out first. No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you get served with an order of protection, you must comply with that as well. Everything is on your paperwork. The last thing I will leave you with is the statute that I listed in your paperwork is the aggravated harassment statute. If you were to do even one thing that was booked in as harassment, one act, that can be one text that says I love you. But if a court finds probable cause that was harassing, that's a felony. And you'll go straight from 0 to a felony charge. So don't do it. Also, witness tampering is a felony. Calling somebody and saying, I want you to, quote, drop the charges, which is from the movies. It's the state of Arizona, or, well, as embodied in the Peoria City Prosecutor's Office. It's the Peoria City Prosecutor that is pursuing the charges. Victims do not control whether charges are pending or not. So don't commit felony witness tampering in an effort to make this case go away. That would be a very bad idea. You'll take a not good situation and make it genuinely terrible. This is for now. It is not forever. So even though you may be the title holder of that residence, you're still ordered to move while the case is pending and abide by these orders. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Will you comply?
I will.
Then you are released. Still takes a few hours. Try to be patient. If you'll step to your left, the officer, when she's ready, she's going to send out your paperwork. If you go, have a seat. Thank you. All right, Mr. Schroeder, and then Jesus Huizar, will you please go to the chair? Sure. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Yes, Curtis Bradley Schroeder, 5/15/1991.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a warrant from Goodyear City Court. It's for failing to pay fines and fees in a shoplifting case, possibly also restitution. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. You're going to have an arraignment hearing September 10th at 1 in the afternoon in the Goodyear City Court. Looks like this warrant issued about 3 days ago, August 18th. So they did not give me any information regarding prior failures to appear in this case, number of warrants. They gave me nothing. So on that basis, for failure to pay, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. This is not listed as a failure to appear. If we get one that says failure to appear, you're going to get at least a small bond. And I looked you up quickly in our system. I didn't find any other bookings for this case. So I'm going to assume this is your first trip through this jail on the case. So just show up and deal with them. Even if you don't have any money, as long as you're showing up, we don't have a reason to give you a bond here. Although I tell you, some of the people who do this same job, they will give you a bond. They'll just affirm what Goodyear wants. I don't like to do that when it's just failure to pay, because it usually means people don't have money. So as long as you're going to court, I'm not going to give you a bond for failing to pay, because we allegedly don't have debtors' prison in this country. So go to court, talk to Goodyear. If I can look up and see that you did go last time, I will release you again if it's just a non-payment warrant. Like I said, you can't count on that. I'm only one of 12-ish people who do this job. So you could land on somebody who just affirms the order. Just please show up. I don't love to hold people for non-payment when I think they don't have money, but I will if you won't go to court. If you just, go. All right, if you step to your left, you get paperwork. Thank you. Mr. Huizar, and then Susan Thiel de Course, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Susan Luisa, November 17, 1994.
Okay, thanks. You're here on a new case. You were booked in for possessing dangerous drugs and possession or use of a weapon during the commission of a drug offense. Those are Class 4 felonies. Also, possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. And your next court date is a status conference, September 4th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. That's 2 weeks from now. Preliminary hearing, September 8th at 8:30. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. The weapon allegation There is a minimal connection. They have to there has to be at least an implied connection between the gun possession and the drug possession. There is enough of one for probable cause under the case law, but it's not very strong. So I'm going to go ahead and follow the recommendation to release you. But I am ordering you not to possess weapons while the case is pending. Also, no drugs while the case is pending. Don't miss your court dates. But otherwise, I'm not showing any prior felonies for you. Let me see. You had some misdemeanors. Yeah. Your arrests are ramping up, which smells to me strongly of drug addiction becoming more severe. You need to come to court. There is help for people who are addicted to drugs. If you don't show up, though, we hold you on a bond, and then they'll try to help you. But if you commit a new crime while this case is pending, you will be held without bond for at least a period of time. If you come in on a new felony while you have a pending felony, you don't get bond at this hearing. So you're looking at your criminal history, that reads very much like somebody whose drug problem has ramped up badly in the last year, which means it's more likely you're going to commit crimes. You need to be careful. Come to court. Don't pick up any new charges. Talk to your lawyer. If you want help, there is a lot of help available for people in your situation, meaning you don't have a bunch of criminal history yet. You don't have a bunch of convictions yet. Once you start getting those, the odds of anybody helping you go like this. And then they just start sending you to prison. But at this stage of your life, I believe there's a substantial amount of help if you choose to take it. And you do that, you start that by showing up for court. Okay? All right, if you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Teal DeCourse. Hi, ma'am. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Susan Teal DeCourse, May 27, 2003.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were booked in for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. Looks like they also, I don't know why, I think, honestly, let me just double check the Form 4. We didn't miss it. Yeah, I honestly think it's an oversight by the police. They did not book you for the narcotic drugs, but they said they field tested it and confirmed it as 18 grams of fentanyl. So, but for right now, the only thing they booked you for was the meth. So there is probable cause for that. They can still, the county attorney can charge you with the fentanyl later, but I'm going to give you a lawyer. Talk to your lawyer about all of that. Your status conference will be in 2 weeks, September 4th at 8:30 in the morning. Preliminary hearing, September 8th at 8:30. Right now, not the police, not our pretrial services are not finding criminal history for you. So I'm going to release you on your own recognizance to come to court. And I'm ordering you not to go back to that hotel, except you can go one time on a civil standby to collect any belongings that may still be there. But you need to call Phoenix PD non-emergency and say, I need a civil standby, please. They'll meet you close to there, and then you'll go over and the cop will just keep the peace while you get your stuff from the hotel, okay? All right, if you step to your left, you get your paperwork. Thank you. All right, and then officer, I've got one house call, Fawn Warren. Is she not physically present in court because she's been isolated from general population as a potential danger to herself or others?
Medical isolation.
Medical isolation, okay. All right, thank you. So it's my understanding that Fawn Warren has been isolated and not transported to court for medical reasons. So I am going to go conduct her initial appearance in person in-house immediately after this recording, and I will advise Ms. Fawn Renee Warren, born 9/6/84, that she's before the court on 3 matters. They are all warrants. And number 1 on the calendar, it is a bench warrant in a pending case. This warrant issued May 24th of 2024 after she failed to appear at a not guilty arraignment in a case in which she has been charged with armed robbery, Class 2 felony, aggravated robbery, Class 3 felony, and theft or control of a credit card, that's Class 5 felony. She already has a lawyer in the case, and her arraignment hearing has been rescheduled for August 28th at 8:30 in the morning. And in this case, I am inclined to set bail in the amount of $25,000 secured for the reasons set forth in my written order, with written conditions I will go over with her that include no victim contact, no going to the scene of the crimes, and no co-defendant contact. Then she's also here on number 2 on the calendar, which is a grand jury warrant. She has been charged by a grand jury with 1 count of trafficking stolen property in the first degree, a class 2 felony, 1 count of organized retail theft, a class 4 felony. The alleged offense date for these is April 23rd of 2024, which is after her initial appearance in the case that is number 1 on the docket. So I'm appointing a lawyer for her, and I'm going to give her an arraignment hearing also August 28th at 8:30 in the morning, and also a bail eligibility hearing on August 28th at 1:30 in the afternoon, because I do find she was on pretrial release in a separate felony case, and therefore she must be held without bond pending the outcome of that bail eligibility hearing. I will explain that to her when I see her. Number 3 on the calendar is a failure to appear warrant in her probation case. She failed to appear at a non-witness violation hearing May 24th, 2024. She already has a lawyer in that case. We're going to reschedule that for August 28th at 8:30 in the morning in the Downtown Superior Court, and for the reasons set forth in my written order, pursuant to Rule 7.2C, I do find that she will, in all reasonable probability, suffer a term of incarceration in this case. So it is my intent to hold her without bail in the probation case as well. If anything changes after I conduct her initial appearance in person in-house following this recording, my final written order will reflect the court's ultimate decision in her cases. I'm not going to update this recording. My order will state all of the court's final decisions in these cases. All right, with that, we are going to stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.